All right, so I just got done wrapping up some errands here at Walmart, and I am going to hop back on I-40 and I'm going to ride home. I've got about a 15 to 20 mile commute. This is going to surprise a lot of people. I can't even tell you, one of the most common things I read online is, you know, oh, it's only a 150, oh, it's only a 300, oh, it's only a 400. You know, when are you going to come out with a leader bike scooter? And it's laughable, because these are people that clearly don't understand a modern engine. And I want to show you what this scooter can do. So this is a 150cc maxi scooter. You know, if you stuck a bigger engine in it, you could easily go cross country on any major interstate. But for me, this thing's going to hop on I-40 and it's going to cruise no problem. Now, I-40 is one of the busiest highways in America. It runs from California all the way to Tennessee. So this is a busy interstate, and normally most people would never consider hopping on a 150 scooter on an interstate such as this, but I want to show you its capability because it's going to do it no problem. So anyway, this is a modern fuel injected, liquid cooled, with a side radiator, Bosch powered engine, and let's hop on the interstate and go. This scooter makes roughly 15 horsepower. Very powerful for a 150cc. To give you a comparison, the GY6 engines that are super prevalent, they're very inexpensive, they're carbureted. Those GY6 150cc engines only make about 8 horsepower. So this engine makes about 15 horsepower, roughly 2 times as much. And it has a top speed of around 65 mile an hour. But for where we are here, our highway is 55 mile an hour zone. So at 55 mile an hour, you've got more than enough speed to hop into the right lane here, the slow lane if you want to call it, and cruise. And so I do. So I'm going to stay over here in the right lane. We're hopping on I-40, and we're going to ride the 15 to 20 miles back to the house, and we're going to have no problem doing it. You know, this scooter gets 107 miles per gallon, and that's the beauty of the 150cc size. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, is it 300cc or a 400 or a 650 fun to ride? Absolutely, 100%. I've got a 300. Personally, I ride my Stormass 300, and I love it, and it goes 90 mile an hour, and it's fantastic. But I will tell you, the more time I spend with this scooter, the more I really enjoy it, and I'm finding that less is more here, because it's extremely fuel efficient. You know, I get about 65 miles a gallon in my 300, and this gets 170 miles per gallon. So I could basically ride this to work and back all week for hardly any money, a couple dollars worth of fuel. The insurance is also incredibly cheap. I'm paying, because the engine size is only 150cc, I'm paying about $100 a year for insurance coverage on this scooter through Geico. And I mean, I just have no costs, so my running costs are next to zero on a 150cc. So I've got this and I've got the 300, but I really like the 150. It's just so agile. I cannot get over it. It's much lighter with the smaller engine. So this scooter weighs about 330 pounds roughly. And I'll show you. I mean, it's just so docile, so easy to control and ride. And I really like having less weight. I mean, you can tell it. There's a big difference. I mean, as you cut weight, to me personally, it makes them more fun to ride. So, especially in the corners. So I really enjoy the size. And again, I think for a lot of you, it really is all that you need. And you'd be surprised what you can do with something in the 150 size range. But you know, obviously this is a cost equation, so This is the least expensive Maxi, aka full-size chassis. This is the least expensive full-size fuel-injected liquid-cooled Maxi chassis in America, by far. It's $39.99 MSRP and about $500 in freight. So starting out around $4,500 on a dealer floor, maybe up to around $5,000, something like that with fees. But for under $5,000 for a brand new scooter with a warranty, parts and labor warranty, I mean, what a deal. I just really like the safety features. Like I said, it's extremely uncommon to find traction control on a scooter of this size. It is unheard of. I believe this is the only Maxi scooter, well, the only scooter in America at 150cc that has rear anti-lock brakes. So not only do you get the front, you also get the rear, and that's really an incredible value. That combined with Bosch's traction control, you really end up with something that's safe for a daily commuter, especially those that are going to daily commute. You might occasionally get caught in the rain, or you might occasionally get caught coming up to a little gravel or something like that, or some loose rocks in the road. So having that traction control system and anti-lock brakes is a really nice feature. And again, I love how big the storage is. It's got two, I mean, they're huge. It's got two really big storage spaces here on the dash, and then you've got massive storage underneath the seat. So this thing's got loads of storage for those of you that want to use it as a daily driver. And then of course you can get the rear carrier upgrade option for the rear and give you even more storage capacity. I think we've got a 48-liter carrier that I just bought for my 300, and I'm fixing to put the same carrier on the back of this. So with that carrier plus the seat plus the pockets, I mean, I can easily run to Walmart and get whatever groceries that I need for me. So I like the mirrors. The mirrors are far enough out. Sometimes the manufacturers put the mirrors too far in. I've got really good sight behind me. I can see with no problem. So that's really good, because I'm a big guy, man. My shoulders are wide. I'm a big built guy. And I love the fact that I get really good line of sight behind me with the rear view mirrors. On some scooters, they bring the mirrors too far in, and I really can't see much of what's behind me. So this scooter has a, with me on it, my top speed so far was 68 mile an hour, I do believe. Around 68 mile an hour. This seems really happy in that 64-65 range. So, yeah. You know, I think if you live in an area where if you need to go 80 mile an hour, this is not the scooter for you. But if you live in the burbs and your roads are if they're marked, say 65 or less, man, I just don't think you can go wrong. You simply don't need a 400cc scooter or a 600cc or whatever to go 65 mile an hour. You just flat out need to do it. So I really think for those roads that are, it just depends on where you ride. But like I said, if it's marked 65 or below, man, this is going to do it very comfortably, very inexpensive, with really inexpensive insurance and fuel cost. But obviously you're going to save a lot on the scooter too, because as you go up in displacement, the price is going to get way more expensive. So for around $4,500, this thing is it's a deal. For me personally, I don't need a taller windshield. This windshield's good. This windshield comes up, it covers my chest, and basically comes right to the bottom of my helmet. So I'm real pleased with the height position. I'm 6 foot tall. And I don't feel like I need a larger windshield at all. I'm completely good with it. Of course, I wear a helmet everywhere I go. Maybe if I didn't wear a helmet, I might want a little bit taller windshield. But wearing a helmet, this windshield's perfect height for me. Go ahead and let this guy get by me. I'm going to slow down here and let him pull around me. at this exit, which is right where I live, it goes to 70 mile an hour. So, but starting here and going back into Oklahoma City, it's 55. So it works perfect. So I got about a 20-mile commute into the city, and this is all I need. But again, if I lived in an area that had 70 mile an hour roads, I would step into I-40, which is what I ride sometimes too. But lately I've been riding this more. I just really like how lightweight it is. It just handles so easy. So I said this in another video, but I love the maxi size frame. It is hands down, I think it's the best style of scooter you can buy. You know, I started out riding small stuff like the PGO, aka Genuine, you know, the Genuine Buddies, and just small scooters. And then I stepped into the maxi frame, and I won't go back. This is without question my favorite size scooter to ride. You just feel safer. You know, you feel like you're on something of size and substantial. And the big wheel and tire, you know, when you're riding on the street, sometimes you get debris and things like that. You might even get some small potholes and whatnot, and you feel a lot safer on this big 14-inch wheel and big tire versus like the small models and the 10 and 12-inch wheel size. So for me, I just feel safer. I feel more comfortable on it. I like the ability to ride with my son or my wife in the back, and the maxi scooters really do fit two people very comfortably. So these are big scooters. I mean, lengthwise it's long. It's the size of a motorcycle. But with the small displacement engine, man, it's just so easy to throw around. It's so lightweight, and I absolutely love that. I will mention this. I had the pleasure the other night for the first time riding it at night. You'll see the sun's going down here, and I will tell you, this scooter has the best headlights. It was incredible. I was shocked how good the headlights are on this. I think it's even better than the 300 headlights and on the Storm 300. And man, it just lit up the road perfectly. So definitely gonna have to do some night riding. It won't be tonight. I've got to get home and be dad and take care of kids. But yeah, I'll tell you, this thing at night is really something special to ride. And living out in the country and riding some back roads at night, I was really surprised at how well lit the road was. So for those of you that want to use this as a daily commuter, and maybe you do have a job where you get off in the evening, or maybe you have to ride the highway at night, I think you will be extremely pleased with the quality of the headlights on this and how good the light cut is. Extremely clear. So just want to mention that for those that do need to ride in the evenings. So anyway, all right, well, I am fixing to shut down this video. I'm just a block from the house, but look, appreciate you guys following along, and I'll definitely continue to post videos on the different scooters that I've got. And man, this is my passion. It's what I love to do. I love to ride, and I love to show off new models. So stay in touch, and we'll have some more videos coming to you soon. Take care.